Good evening and welcome to week 11 of the Porsche iRacing Cup. We're at Phillip Island for tonight's race, and with me in the commentary box is Sam Kumo. Sam, welcome. We're with the Porsches at Phillip Island. It's a track that both you and I did in the BSR Porsche Cup not so long ago.
Yeah, hello everyone. Yeah, this is one of my also favorite tracks here. I think we ran this for the season opener in the PSR Porsche Cup, and we did very well here.
Yeah, it's as we've seen with the Porsches, it's not easy. Or you don't get as much slipstream out of the car as you normally do in other cars. So it's really you only have that one opportunity or two opportunities going down the main straight and then coming out of turn 3 down into turn 4 for overtaking as well.
Yeah, the turn 4 is really the prime overtaking spot here, although you do need to be very careful because it is surprisingly tight on the inside line, and I think we might see some guys kind of getting it wrong and just squeezing each other a little bit there.
Yeah, turn 1 is if you get a run going side by side through there is a little bit treacherous. Just before we go any further, let's just have a quick look at the driver standings as it was at the beginning of the week. Well, there we go. Maxim Briand has been leading all season up until now. Kim Eriksson's overtaken him. He was on 1,699 points at the beginning of the season. Briand has fallen back to 1,645. David Williams is up to third place, and then we're very familiar with Tommy Osgaard. We race against him as well. He's in fourth. Sindre Setsas in fifth place. Jonny Heikkinen in sixth. Joseph Burton Harris in seventh. And we've got Michael Parsons in 8th, Bruno Fontalba in ninth place, and Vigen Kroll in 10th. Maxim Briand is, we always knew he was maybe going to struggle a little bit once these dropped weeks started kicking in.
Yeah, just looking at the field here, plenty of familiar looking names here. Joseph Gordon Harris, another driver we see regularly in the IMSA broadcast, as well as Tommy Oscar, who is also running extremely fast in the PSR Porsche Cup. As the usual, Petteri Kotovara, Matt Malone, Sebastian Dunkel, Patrick Holzman, the usual crew.
Oh yeah, I think this is the first week that we've seen Matt Malone in one of these splits, and no doubt he'll be streaming that somewhere. So, well, looking forward to see what he can get up to. I think, just looking at our current poll, so there's Patrick Holzman. He's just coming through the middle part of the... he's coming down the start-finish straight, see if he says a better lap time. I don't think there's anybody else out there that can beat him, so I think that poll's pretty secure.
Yeah, he even improves his own time by about a few thousandths of a second. But that is still 4 tenths ahead of second place Kim Eriksson.
Yeah, Kim Eriksson will be looking for a good result tonight. As we just seen, he's leading the series. So if he can pick up a few more points, that'll set him up nicely as we go into the final week. I think everybody is done. Pavel Gogol just be out there.
Yeah, he's just coming through the final corner and across the finish line.
See if he can
And
improve
does
on
he
his
improve? Not quite. 10th slower than his previous best.
No other cars out there, so I think I'll try and take us through the starting grid. Right, we've got Patrick Holtman on pole position with Kim Eriksson in second. Then we've got Pavel Gogol in third place, Sebastian Dunkel in fourth, Luka Petronic in fifth place there, David Williams third in the series, he starts in sixth, Joseph Burton Harris in seventh, Bruno Fontalba in eighth place, Norbert Leitner in ninth place, Bastian Remise in 10th, Mark McDonald in 11th. Joseph Burton Harris in 11th, Mark McDonald in 12th, Bastian Remise in 13th. And I think my timing screen is just gone. I'll take you through the starting grid on the overlay.
Where did you get the...
Well, we've got Zajon in 13th, Matt Malone in 14th place, and we've got Sanchez in 15th. Parsons is in 16th place. Zakharov in 17th, Frome in 18th, Kotavara in 19th place, and Marquez in 20th. Right, managed to get there in the end. It won't be a
And
Monday
we are
night.
getting ready for the gritting. Yes, we have 2 drivers who have not set their qualified time. That is Kotovara and Marquez.
It won't be a Monday night without us not running into some kind of technical difficulties. Hopefully, hopefully that is it. We've got it out of the way now.
Let's hope it's no technical difficulties for the drivers either.
Oh yeah, turn 1 is certainly going to be interesting. Hopefully they get through there in one piece. We've seen a couple of races so far this season where either turn 1 or 2 has been an absolute nightmare. I think Brands Hatch brings back a few memories, and there's always a couple of pile-ups around the Nordschleife as well.
Yeah, the turn 1 isn't so bad because it's still wide and there's plenty of grip, but the turn 2 is very difficult because there's a crest and you just lose all the grip, and it's very easy to just run out of the space in there.
Right, here we go. Engines are revving.
Green, green, green.
And away we go. Holtzman got a really good start there. And then we've got David Williams, Tommy Alsgaard, Kim Eriksson. They're all really close together there for second place. Coming into turn 2. Holtzman at the front is clear. It's a bit of a gaggle behind him.
Yeah, plenty of slicing and dicing in the midfield.
Oh, who is that? A Gogol just running a little bit wide. He's going to lose a few positions. He's going to come under pressure coming down into turn 4 as well now.
Still everyone running here.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that is just about the cleanest start we have seen all season. That is
it's Luka Petrinic, yes. Getting it all wrong, and now he's all the way back to the field.
Oh, let's just try and pick up there and see what happened to him. It's looking all good. I think somebody took the racing line in front of him. He just had to get on the brakes a little bit earlier and harder than he really wanted to, and back end came around on him. Pretty standard spin in a Porsche. Back towards the front.
Yeah, it looked like he was just avoiding the car in front of him. Meanwhile, Patrick Holzman has been able to pull away about 1.5 seconds of this first lap.
Oh, that's not really surprising, seeing as he was the only guy to get into the 129s in qualifying.
He is about 4 tenths faster than anyone else in the qualify.
Kim Eriksson has managed to keep hold of second place. Sebastian Dinkel in third still. Joseph Burton Harris, he's up a couple of places. He's up 3 places. He started in 7th. But right now, it's Dunkel having a look at Eriksson. Is he going to get close enough to have... no.
No, it doesn't look like it. It's just far enough. But behind them there is plenty of action going on. Who is that? That is Tommy Ostgaard and Bastien Remis. Close battle there, and also Dave Williams and Bruno Fontalba. That is for 6th place.
Yeah, it's nice to see David Williams getting through the first couple of laps unscathed. Vera's go undercars had some troubles in these Monday night races. Before, I remember the very first broadcast we did last season around the
and as David Williams gets all wide and gets hit by... Gets hit from behind, and now it's 3 wide through this corner. It's not usually how you want to go through here.
Oh, this is fantastic viewing. Bit of a commentator's curse there on David Williams. But there we go. I wasn't even finished talking, and he got a smack up the backside.
Yes, they come through the main straight 2x2. And who is that?
3 wide behind them.
Yeah, Tommy Oscar in the Apex Academy livery, alongside Norbert Leitner. Leitner has the inside line and should be able to defend.
Well, somebody else has run wide. Who is that? It looks like Mark McDonald.
Oh, Leitner gets it all wrong on the exit. And there he goes.
Yeah, and just for good measure, he loses a place to Leonardo Marquez. Now he's down into 18th place. And with such a clean start at the beginning, everybody running soap toes, just a little spin like that is just, he's lost, 12, 13 places there?
Yeah, something like that. That's what happens in the top splits. This competition is just that heavy and you cannot afford any kind of mistakes.
And it's still all very tight. Apart from Patrick Holtzman, that's 2.2 seconds clear of Kim Eriksson. Nobody else really is separated by more than about half a second. We're forming up these little packs again, like we've seen in previous weeks.
Yeah, especially here you tend to get that effect, cars running packs and finding it very difficult to overtake. Although Petteri Kotovar is very close to Sergei Zakharov and might be looking for an overtake here on the turn 1. He is on the outside line and that's not usually the preferred line. Still on the outside.
Yeah, that wasn't great for Kotovar there.
But good defense from Zakharov as well.
Funny enough, we were running the Club 73 series here last night, and doing an overtake into turn 1 on the outside was very possible, but of course these Porsches have got a lot more power as Kotovar.
Oh, and Zakharov runs wide, and that Petteri is able to make the pass, and now he's under attack by Michael Parson.
Oh, Matt Malone is just
behind
back
them.
there as
Yeah,
well.
Matt Malone as well. Yeah, he's right behind there as well. So close here.
Kotovar still at it. Oh, wow.
And defend hard from Zakharov. Gets all wrong, and there's the collision.
A bit of a pile up at the back of the field.
Yeah,
guys fighting for the minor places. Sort of thing that you expect from the guys at the front, but they are running really clean. Well, Zakharov has lost that big time again.
Yeah, also heavy damage to the right front of Michael Parsons' car.
It's really a difficult corner that it's a really steep downhill that you have to brake on. And if you just get a little bit wrong, going a little bit too hard, then like we just seen there, it's either onto the grass and you're aiming for the apex, or the rears lock up and the back end comes around on you.
Yeah, but it's also a fun corner because it never goes the same way twice. So it's always a mystery on how it goes, and it stays challenging.
Tommy Oscar and Mark McDonald is having a little battle out there for 7th place.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. They've been very close for a while now. Tommy has been a little bit faster through the previous lap, so let's see how it goes. Tommy runs a little bit wide, and this might give Mark an opportunity to take a look here. But things better a bit, and maybe looking for the turn 1 and turn 2. You can get a good run here if you get the line right and are able to get some draft. Admittedly, these are not the kind of cars that really benefit from the draft, but even the little bit helps.
Yeah, I mean, you ran towards the front, and when we were doing this same track in the BSR Porsche Cup, how much did the car change for you towards the end of the race? Obviously a 16-lap race. I think it's a little bit longer than what we did, and they're 6 laps in.
It doesn't really change all that much. I usually just go 1 click or 2 reward on the brake bias, but that's about it. It's a very stable car over the long run, of course, depending on how much you punish those rear tires.
I've got a little bit of a battle a little bit further back. I'm just trying to see if I can pick up who that is.
Where is that? Is it the 10th place 15?
Zazon and was it Kotovar behind him? It was Fontalba in front of him, sorry. Was having a
Yeah,
little
10th place at Fontalba.
Yeah, Fontalba's he's managed to grab that 10th place.
And yeah, something's happened to Michael Parson. He was carrying that damage, and I'm just taking a look back at the replay. And just lost control coming out of that, which is turn 6. It looked like he just calling it the day.
Yeah, he's back in the pits. Jumped to the top of the timing screen just for a second there.
And this battle for second place still continues. Dunkel is able to hold on to Kim Eriksson. But I think, as we saw in the PSR race, it is very difficult to overtake here, especially if you do a good job in defending and just cover the inside line.
Yeah, for me it sort of felt like the car was going through little phases through the race. Like I really struggled at the start, maybe just because of the tire pressures that we were running, and then through the middle part of the race, the car felt really good, and I started catching up to people and challenging for places. And then the last 2 laps, it was just complete garbage again. So hopefully, Dunkel, if you can stay there, maybe you can just find a sweet spot towards the final laps of the race, and we can have a little battle as Ericsson just runs slightly wide. Has to take a tighter line into this right-hander, and that's going to allow Dunkel to close to within 0.3 seconds of him.
As Eriksson gets the wheel spin, and this might get Sebastian is even closer here. Wasn't quite able to get the overlap here, but it's as close as it has ever been on this race.
Yeah, 0.2 seconds coming to the start-finish line. That gap not really changing, so yeah, the draft not making that big a difference for Sebastian.
But also, fortunately, you don't get a whole lot of understeer in the draft, so you can follow close, even if it's not easy to make the pass.
Yeah, I suppose that is the advantage of a car that doesn't have that much downforce to start with.
Oh, check this out, for the 11th place, Kotovra and Johnson. That was a little bit of squeezing through the turn 2.
Let's get that up on the replay.
Yeah, Johnson was ahead going to turn 2. Just didn't cover the inside line enough, and Petteri kind of squeezed in. Maybe not the cleanest overtake, but fortunately Johnson is able to carry on, although losing that one place to Petteri.
We've seen quite a few incidents in the midfield tonight, sort of from 9th, 10th place downwards. So if you started at the back and just managed to keep your nose clean and out of trouble, you would have been able to make up quite a few spots.
Yes, but fortunately, I think there's only been 2 car-to-car collisions so far, with Kotovara and Jason being the other one, and first one was the incident in the hairpin. So otherwise, it's just been those single cars spinning and so forth. So it hasn't been like very messy race, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, I think the track lends itself to. I mean, you always feel like you can just push that a little bit harder, and you try a little bit harder, and sometimes it just catches you out a little bit. Jumping back towards the front with Patrick Holtzman, he is checked out and he's 5 seconds clear. He's quicker than anybody else. Just looking at the fastest lap times, the only other person that's come close to him is Tommy Osgaard, who's 0.4 seconds slower in terms of fastest lap times. Everybody else is oh no, not even Tommy Osgaard. That's 1.4 seconds. So yeah,
Exactly.
Kim Eriksson, Sebastian Dunkel, the only other guys who set a lap time in the 1:30s. They're 0.6 of a second slower than Holtzman. Yeah, he'll win this race unless something happens to his connection, or he does something really stupid and sticks it in the wall.
Yeah, Patrick has been running consistently in the 1:30s, which is faster than most of these guys have been even able to run. And who is that really wide through the last corner? That is Pavel Gorgov. And he is going to lose a few places here because now everyone just making their way past.
Yeah, he gets back on track. With the speed these guys are coming through on the main straight, like you said, he's going to lose up big time. Down back into 11th. Where did he start? He started in 3rd place. He's lost 8 places since the start of the race. He's really not having a good one.
Yeah, looking at his lap times, he was going fairly well until that point, so he's really going to be kicking himself for that one. Although we still have many laps to go, so it's not over yet.
Yeah, still 6 laps to go after this one, as we're looking at Bruno from Talbot. Oh, somebody getting a little bit squirrely there.
Yeah, that's battle for 7th place between Mark McDonald, Bastien Remisen, and Bruno Fontalba.
One person that's benefited a lot from guys like Pavel having his issues is David Williams. He's made his way up to 4th place, but he's now just about 6.5 seconds behind Sebastian Demko. So he's pretty much running on his own. He's got Joseph Burton Harris behind him for a bit of company. But, looking at the lap times, it looks like David Williams got a measure of them.
Yeah, David just needs to run the constant lap times. I think his pace is enough. If he's just able to avoid any mistakes, he should be safe for that pole place. He's lapping just about the same as Sebastian Duncan ahead of him. So if he wants to get that 3rd place, he really needs to pick up the speed somewhere at least. But I think the close battle we have going on is still this group here from 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th.
Yeah, Mark McDonald's just got a little gap there to Remise, and then Remise from Talbot, Katavara, they're all really tightly packed together.
Yeah, I think Mark was able to pull away slightly as Remise was forced to make some defensive line there and hold on to his place. And here might come Petteri Kotovara on Bruno Fontalba. At least he was able to get a good run, but this is not really some place where you can make moves until you get to this hairpin.
Yeah, I don't know how these guys in the top splits do this race after race after race, where they can run in the pack like this and just absorb that pressure. And while you're worried about the guy behind you overtaking you, you're still looking at the guy in front of you to try and make up the place. Yeah, you have obviously been there in the past with the pro license, and but you're a fan. You should be well used to keeping calm under pressure like that.
I think it just comes to you mustn't really worry about who is behind. Just look at where they are. If they're making moves, cover the inside line, and focus on just making your lap times, getting the lines right, and so on. I mean, not really stress over the points or positions. Just do your thing, drive your race, and so on.
Yeah, I guess when you know you're in a race and you've got the pace, then you don't have all these silly things to worry about. You just worry about what's happening in front of you right there and then. Yeah, as Remise is, I'm pretty sure he can see the color of Fontalba's eyes as we were going through that last corner.
It looks like he's getting a little bit scrappy here with the pressure from behind. He's not hitting the lines through every corner, and that allows Fontalba to really close in.
Ooh,
as we see Petteri closing in, and
well, Kotovara made space there.
Yeah, Fontalba just got completely caught up there and was trying to defend way too late when Kotovara was already inside. And fortunately, he realized that and just avoided any kind of major contact there.
One guy's made some space for himself as well, is Tommy Osgaard. We've seen him get caught up in a few incidents in past weeks, but running a good race tonight, managed to keep himself clean as well. He's just about half a second behind Joseph Burton, so plenty of time there for him in the last 4 laps to make a dash for 5th place as well.
Yeah, looking at the Tommy Osgaard's lap times, and they've been fairly consistent. He just ran 2:31.3s in a row, although his previous lap was slightly slower, so that might be that he's just caught up to Gordon Harris.
So update on our leader. He is stretched that lead once again. Patrick Holzman is now 7.5 seconds clear of Kim Eriksson. Kim Eriksson still got Sebastian Dunkel for company, 0.6 seconds behind. The gap to David Williams has pretty much stayed the same. He's still 6.4 seconds behind Dunkel. Joseph Burton Harris is in 5th place. Tommy Osgaard in 6th. He's catching up to Joseph Burton Harris slowly but surely. And Mark McDonald.
And we have battle for the 8th place. Kotovara takes the inside line into turn 1. Looking to make a move on Remis and is able to, but doesn't get the perfect line there, and Remis is able to hang on to the inside line, and this might give an opportunity to maybe even Fontalba to get back at Kotovara.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Fontalba will be pretty keen to get that place back he lost on the previous, well, about 2 laps ago.
And here they go. Remis defends the inside line. Kotovara really has nowhere to go there. He's forced to just sit back and wait for this lap.
All these guys have been stuck to each other like glue tonight. Where everybody else has managed to create a little gap for themselves. They're pretty much running on their own, but these 4 guys.
And now it looks like Remis just didn't have the good run there, and Kotovara was able to just fly by.
Kotovara into that 8th place. Bastian Remis in 9th. Bruno Fontalba in 10th place. Pavel Gol, he just seems to sit back there. He's waiting for something to happen. They come over the line to complete another lap. That'll leave them with 2 laps to go.
Yeah, 2 laps to go, so if Pavel wants something to happen, I think he needs to make it happen. Pick up the pace slightly, hit those moves, and just go for the overtakes. We've seen that Remis is getting a little bit scruffy under the pressure and not keeping the clean lines. So I think Fontalba and Gorgol need to take advantage of that.
Yeah, see, this is what I was talking about a little bit earlier, where it just looks like Remis, the last couple of laps, has Fontalba past him? It looks like it's past him.
Yeah, I was just looking at what happened to Joseph Burton Harris, because he just got overtaken by Tommy Osgaard in the hairpin. Slightly forceful move, but no harm, no fault, no contact made.
If he wants to make something, oh, Burton Harris having a close look at Osgaard there. Patrick Holtzman's crossed the start-finish line. He's on his last lap. Tommy Osgaard has got a good exit coming out of that final right-hander. He's managed to create a bit of a gap, 0.7 seconds to Burton Harris for himself, starting this final lap. And I've got a feeling that the Kotovara, Fontalba, Remis and Gorgol fight is not completely over.
No, I don't think so. Remis already looking very close here. Just 2 tenths behind Fontalba and 3 tenths behind Remis is Gorgol. Remis gets a fairly good run here. This might be just enough to make a move until the hairpin part. Let's see.
Oh, is he going
Goes
to
for
go
the
for
inside
it?
line. He's going for it. Ooh, that is very tight there.
Oh, he keeps looking for that inside. That is going to put him on the outside for this next corner. But Fontalba covers him off. Remise stays in 10th. Gogol still sitting back there, just having a look. I'm sure he's just hanging on. I'm not sure he's got the pace to challenge either of these two for ninth position.
Yeah, he's just sitting there, and I don't think, unless something happens right here, he is going to finish 11th.
You know what? Switching to the front of the race.
Yeah,
With
yes,
Patrick
and Holtzman
Holtzman.
just comes across the finish line and takes the win for the race. And Kim Eriksson comes second, followed by Sebastian Danko. Good battle between them. And David Williams takes the fourth place, yes. And then we had Tommy Oscar for fifth, Joseph Gordon-Harris for sixth, and Mark McDonald seventh. Let's see, who do we have still battles? Are there battles going on? Doesn't look like it.
Yeah, that main battle was for 8th place. They were closely packed together. Everybody else just splattering across the start-finish line now. A couple of gaps there. But yeah, great race by Patrick Holtzman. I mean, he was eventually finished 8.9 seconds ahead of Kim Eriksson. He was so far ahead, we missed him coming across the start-finish line. But
Yes, and the last car on the lead lap is going through just now. That's Matt Malone finishing 17th, and then we have 3 cars who did not finish the race. This is Michael Parson, Luka Petrinic, and Anthony Froment. So, I think we are good to go over the results.
right, Patrick Holtzman takes the win there with Kim Eriksson in 2nd place, Sebastian Dinkel in 3rd, with David Williams in 4th. Tommy Osgaard eventually brought home in 5th place with Joseph Burton Harris in 6th, Mark McDonald in 7th, Petro Cordovaro in 8th, Bruno Fontalba in 9th place, and we had Bastian Mies in 10th, Paul Gogol in 11th, Zajon in 12th place, Manuel Sanchez from Radicals Online 13th, Norbert Leitner had a quiet race, he finished in 14th, Leonardo Marquez in 15th, Sergei Zakharov in 16th place, like we said, Matt Malone finished in 17th, Michael Parsons in 18th. Yeah, he didn't finish the race. He packed it in pretty early on. Luka Petrinic, another non-finisher, along with Anthony from May in 20th. Well, apart from Patrick Holtzman running away with it at the start, Sam, that was a pretty exciting race. Sebastian Dinkel kept Kim Eriksson honest all race long, and then that fight for 8th place. Well, that just went all 16 laps, didn't it?
Yeah, also a good battle between Tommy Oscar and Joseph Gordon-Harris for the 5th place. But yeah, I think the most action was in the around 8, 9 and 10th. For those positions between Kotarvara, Fontalba, Remis and Gorgol. But yeah, even if the win was maybe, we didn't see any battle for the win, but the 2nd place battle was also just going through the race all the way through.
Well, we're on week 11. Next week is the final week. I'm not entirely sure which track we've got coming up next week, but yeah, I'll be back. Hopefully, if you can join us again, then that'll be great. If not, we'll have someone else in there. But yeah, Sam, thank you very much for joining me tonight. It was great having you. I think that's the first time we've done commentary together, and we'll see everybody next week.